The longest season in NBA history just came to an end. In all honesty, I didn't know if we'd ever get to this point. But let's rewind a little bit and look at how the Los Angeles Lakers got to this point. We're starting right now. So first of all, we have to give all the credit in the world to LeBron James. In his 17th year, at age 36, he managed to stay in shape, be super productive, and super efficient. Prove all the doubters wrong, played great on defense, great all around, and lead his team to victory. And obviously we have to give a lot of credit to Anthony Davis. He played outstanding on both ends of the floor. People said he was soft and that he wouldn't stay healthy for the playoffs, but he proved all them wrong, playing every minute. And even when he did get hurt, like in Game 5, he kept playing, didn't back down, pushed through it, put on a great performance. AD's health has always been a big question mark, but he didn't let it define him this time, and that's why he's a champ. Enough about those two. Let's talk about how it all began. The date is December 21st, 2018. The first rumors that Anthony Davis wanted to play with LeBron James. You see, this is where we got to give Rich Paul and Clutch Sports a lot of credit as well, because LeBron James and Anthony Davis were just BSing with each other, talking about playing together, and Rich Paul said, "Oh, you want to make it happen? Let's make it happen." And he did exactly that. Granted, it took a lot of time and a lot of luck, but where's Anthony Davis playing right now? He put the pressure on the Pelicans and on the Lakers to make a move, and both teams decided to do that. Now let's fast forward to May 13th, 2019, the day the Lakers signed Frank Vogel as head coach. Frank Vogel is a defensive-minded coach that pairs well with Anthony Davis and completely changed the identity of the Los Angeles Lakers on defense. Don't believe me? Last season, the Lakers ranked 22nd overall on defense, and this year, they're ranked 4th in the league. Anthony Davis and Frank Vogel held LeBron James accountable and made him angry. They made him respect that side of the floor again. With all due respect, LeBron James was a laughingstock last year on defense. That was the number one aspect of his game that his haters pointed to last season. And they had a valid point. Not anymore though. LeBron James has been getting after it on defense. That brings us to July 8th, 2019, the day the Lakers re-signed Rajon Rondo. Now a lot of people hated this move, including Lakers fans, but Rajon Rondo did not disappoint, and playoff Rondo is real. He is another coach on the floor and an absolute genius. Teams will often back off of Rajon Rondo and let him shoot, but in the playoffs, his percentages don't matter. He'll make mid-range shot after mid-range shot and take the heart away from the opposing team. He is as competitive as they come and super hard-nosed and gritty on defense. Let's fast forward to August 26th, 2019, the day Dwight Howard became a Laker again. Another controversial move for the Los Angeles Lakers that ended up paying off. Dwight Howard did not disappoint. Anthony Davis said he didn't really want to play center all year, and Dwight said, "Alright, I'll do that." He offered rim protection, shot blocking, rebounding, especially on the offensive boards, energy, effort. He was overall just a beast, and obviously we have to give JaVale McGee a lot of credit, but Dwight Howard was the new guy on the block here. He had a lot to prove, and he did just that. I'm also going to give a quick shout out to Danny Green. I know he was absolutely dreadful in the bubble, and I made a video on that. Check it out if you haven't, by the way, but at the same time, in the regular season, he did make a lot of shots and a lot of clutch shots at that, and he provided a spark for the offense when they needed it. So we just do got to give him a little ounce of credit, because in the regular season, he is responsible for them getting ahead in some of these games. That helped them get the #1 seed and avoid playing the Los Angeles Clippers. They probably would have won anyways, judging by what happened, but hey, I'm trying, Danny Green, alright? Let's jump to February 23rd, 2020, the day the Lakers signed Markieff Morris. Now, aside from that god-awful pass in Game 5, I feel like every time this guy gets an open 3 at the top of the key, it's cash. He provided a spark off the bench. He also gave them some much-needed depth, with Avery Bradley deciding not to come to the NBA bubble. What this all boils down to is the great leadership by Jeannie Buss and the great GM work by Rob Pelinka. Kobe told us to trust this guy for a reason. I mean, this guy was Kobe's former agent. He found the right pieces to put around LeBron James and Anthony Davis, and he did it in limited time. They saved a lot of cap room for Kawhi. Kawhi never showed up, so they made some last-minute signings, and they all turned out great. Everyone thought the Clippers were going to win, but the Lakers proved them wrong, and it all had to do with personnel and attitude, the mindset of the team. That all goes back to leadership. So again, we have to give the Lakers franchise a lot of credit. I know they had some down years, I know they were rebuilding for a little bit, but again, they got the top free agent, and they found a way to be back in the title conversation, something they're known for. A lot of you guys want to talk about asterisk titles and whether or not this championship means anything. The only thing this title is unprecedented. The trophy is just as shiny, the rings are just as big, and the title is just as meaningful. Every team and every player knew that there was a big possibility that this season could come back and be restored somehow, and they had plenty of time to prepare and get ready for the season, ready to get back, and they knew what they had to do. The team that did their job won, and we saw it tonight. It may not be the most conventional title, it may not be the easiest or the hardest, but it's still a championship. The Lakers have 17 trophies, LeBron has 4, AD has 1, and that's the story. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe for more content like this, like the video if you enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm out.